Trust and Faith characters. Characters in Trust and Faith. Why not be safe and smart? Where's your passion? Where's your heart? Ishizu and Kaiba arguing about love. Kaiba. In the 2 years since the pharaoh left the living world, Kaiba and Mokuba are currently the only people left in Domino who know what happened, due to everyone else either being in America or on a vacation in China. Because of that, Kaiba is forced by Mokuba to welcome the Ishtars back to Japan when they arrive there. The next day, Mokuba tricks Kaiba into going to one of his warehouses while Marik tricks Ishizu as well. After some talking, the two of them agree to go out just to see how it works. That night, Kaiba takes Ishizu to his yacht, and they spend the night talking about books they both like and have a great time. After only a few days of dating, the relationship already starts to turn cold due to Kaiba's determination to always move forward and his business decisions. After a few more dates, Kaiba begins to have feelings in Ishizu that he can't explain, and he has no idea if they have a future together. When they go for a walk, Ishizu asks Kaiba where the relationship is going and if money means more to him than love. Kaiba says that without wealth, love grows dry and cold. Ishizu then leaves for the hotel she's staying at, and Kaiba goes home. Once he arrives, he regrets some of his answers to Ishizu's questions. The night before Ishizu and her brothers would go back to Egypt, Kaiba was given a vision by his previous incarnation, Seto. The vision showed him what his life would be like if he got together with Ishizu. He would be happily married to her, and they'd have 2 children, a 14-year-old son named Seth and a 3-year-old daughter named Isis. After helping Isis with a broken ankle, Kaiba determines that he wants and needs this life. When he wakes up, he rushes to the computer and checks to see when Ishizu's plane leaves. Kaiba just barely manages to catch Ishizu, and he tells Ishizu that he loves her. They then have their first kiss. A year later, the two of them are married. Another year later, Kaiba and Ishizu have their son, Seth. Life has been peaceful for Ishizu after the pharaoh left, and she and her brothers are in Japan to relax after some clever trickery by Marik and Odion. Marik then tricked Ishizu into going to one of Kaiba Corp's warehouses while Mokuba tricked Kaiba as well. After some talking, the two agree to go out just to see how it works. Ishizu went onto Kaiba's yacht for their date, and when she got cold, Kaiba gave her his jacket. When she tried to give it back once they arrived at the hotel, Kaiba let her keep it. After a few days, the relationship grows cold and Ishizu notices it. A few more dates later, Ishizu begins to wonder if the relationship is going anywhere and if Kaiba cares about her. When they go for a walk, Ishizu asks Kaiba where the relationship is going and if money means more to him than her. Kaiba responds by saying that love needs wealth to survive. Ishizu then realizes that, as he is, she has no future with Kaiba. She then walks off to the hotel. When she arrives at her bedroom, she cries over the failed relationship. As Ishizu and her brothers are about to leave, Kaiba runs up and tells Ishizu that he wants a future with Ishizu. I love you, in Kaiba. Ishizu and Kaiba then kiss passionately, and they're married a year later. The following year, Ishizu gives birth to a little boy named Seth. You thinking what I'm thinking about Seto and Ishizu? If I'm not, then I'm as blind as a beggar. Marik and Mokuba discussing the possibility of Ishizu and Kaiba as a couple. Kaiba's little brother still serves as his social conscience, and he sees a spark between Kaiba and Ishizu during dinner. He then came up with a plan along with Marik to trick Kaiba and Ishizu into going to a Kaiba Corp warehouse at the same time. The plan worked, and Kaiba and Ishizu decided to go on a date that night. That plan eventually led to Kaiba and Ishizu getting married. Mokuba later gained a nephew in Kaiba and Ishizu's son, Seth. Marik. Ishizu's younger brother is extremely bored with the lack of adventure since the pharaoh's departure. He sees a spark between Kaiba and Ishizu during dinner. He then helped Mokuba make a plan to trick Kaiba and Ishizu into going to a Kaiba Corp warehouse at the same time. The plan worked, and Kaiba and Ishizu decided to go on a date that night. This brings Marik's success rate to tricking Ishizu with positive results 2-2. Marik and Mokuba's plan eventually led to Ishizu and Kaiba getting married, with Marik being extremely happy for his big sister. Marik later gained a nephew in Kaiba and Ishizu's son, Seth. Odion, Ishizu's elder stepbrother. He tries to remain neutral in Marik and Mokuba's schemes. During Ishizu and Kaiba's wedding, Odion gives Ishizu away. Odion later gained a step-nephew in Kaiba and Ishizu's son, Seth. Minor characters. Go after her, you fool! Seto urging Kaiba to go after Ishizu. Kaiba's incarnate from ancient Egypt. He gives Kaiba a vision of what his life will be like if he goes after Ishizu. Seth, the son of Kaiba and Ishizu. He was born a year after his parents were married. He looks almost exactly like Kaiba, but with tanner skin. Isis, the future daughter of Kaiba and Ishizu. She is very excitable. When she injures her ankle and Kaiba helps her out, Kaiba determines that he wants and needs the life Seto shows him. Yugi. When Kaiba and Ishizu get married, Yugi wishes them good luck. Joey. Joey could hardly believe it when Kaiba and Ishizu got married.